Oh, oh. Hey, Fadas. Na, wie geht's dir? Lass mich kurz den Reverb ausmachen. Ich habe das rockige Stück leider noch nicht angehört. Ich wollte mir jetzt in Ruhe anhören und dir Feedback geben. Ich will dir auf jeden Fall noch Feedback zu dem Ding geben. Ich habe es noch nicht gehört. Ich war gestern ein bisschen zu müde und hatte noch zu viel Wein und ich will das in Ruhe hören und richtig machen. Ja, lass uns ein bisschen Blues aufnehmen. Sunday Blues. Well, here do Nee, aber ich finde das wichtig, weil Feedback ist einer der besten Sachen. Ich habe so viel Zeit verbracht, darum habe ich gestern auch diesen Channel und diese Community geshared, weil die sind mega positiv, die sind freundlich, die sind entspannt, konstruktiv, alle von unterschiedlichen Orten, machen alle sehr interessante Musik. Viele machen Musik auch voll mit unserem Vibe auch so. Check die mal aus, die sind echt cool. Wirklich unterschiedlichsten Leute. Seit einer Woche gebe ich gefühlt eine Hälfte von den Musiktheorieunterricht. Äh, Well, every day. Auch ein YouTube-Channel, die heißen Symptoms of Reality. Es fühlt sich ja fast schon an wie so ein Kollektiv. Die machen, keine Ahnung, auf jeden Fall Freitag immer einen Stream, wo Leute ihre Musik einschicken. Und dann posten die gegenseitig die Channels, die Leute unterhalten sich, geben Feedback. Ich kann das gar nicht richtig beschreiben. Fühlt sich echt an, einfach wie ein richtig cooler kleiner Mikrokosmos. Das ist schon nice. Oh, every day, yeah. Well, every day, yeah. Yeah. Every day. Well, every day I have the blues. And it ain't no news, no. Every day I have blues, so. I wake up like any day. Sky's looking all too gray. My dog has left. My girl has left. And my dog has died. One day feels like the darkest night. I lost my job and lost my pride. Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, yeah. Well, not every day, not well every day. I say not well every day, yeah. Not well every day. It can't be always good, though. It can't always be the way you want it to be. And that's just what it is, yeah. Sunday blues, yeah, yeah. Sunday blues. I got the Sunday blues, brother. Yeah, I got the Sunday blues. I got the Sunday, got the Sunday blues. I got the Sunday, got the Sunday blues, so there ain't no medicine that could dry my tears, and that could silence all my soul's most painful cry. Oh, oh, I got the blues. Oh, I got a blues, but I play dirty. I wish I had put in just a fraction of the practice on guitar. Do you know how often I'm dreaming about doing street music? The problem is, I have no repertoire, neither on piano, but on piano I can do a little stuff. But on the guitar, oh my goodness. Well, I got the Sunday blues, so I'm rather ain't no so I got the Sunday blues, ain't no news, yeah. Every time I play this with the wah-wah pedal, I have to think a million tracks. It has, like, every time I hear these older sounding guitars with wah-wah, it gives me the Shaft feelings or Donny Hathaway feelings. In the ghetto, oh, in the ghetto, in the ghetto, ain't too easy living. In the ghetto, oh, oh, know when you know in the ghetto. I need to listen to The Temptations again. I'm not listening enough to music lately. The more I play music, the less I listen to music, which is weird. I have phases where I listen more or less to music, but sometimes I have stretches where I don't listen to any music at all. Well, brother, I got the Sunday. I got the Sunday blues, so I got the Sunday blues. It ain't no news, so ain't no new, and just the same old blues. It's the same old blues, yeah. It's the same old blues. Ba-da-ba-dum-bum, hey, hey, yeah, oh no, I need to do my scale exercise. Brother, I got the Sunday, I got them Sunday blues. Well, I got them Sunday blues. Ain't no news, so ain't no news. If we look what the world's becoming today. Look what the world is becoming today. Look what the world is becoming today. Something. Yeah. Oh, hey. Don't you know? I say, don't you know? I say, don't you know? It ain't all gold that glitters in the dark, no. It ain't all gold that glitters in the dark. Ba-bum-da-do, ba-da-da-da-da-da. Later on, don't you know? Don't you? It doesn't matter what you do. I got them Sunday, got them Sunday blues. Brother, ain't no news, yeah. Yeah, and there's not much more happening on the guitar for me. Sorry. I should stick with my piano. But this reminds me of something, especially this trill on the higher note. I've heard this a million times somewhere. Especially with the modulation of the volume pedal. It's super stereotypical thing to do. Always wah wah. But I think probably everybody knows this kind of E minor progression. Well. Can't really smack in that. Oh God. But I like some parts what we did earlier. This little I'm got the Sunday. Well, I got the Sunday blues. And brother ain't no news. Just the same old blues, yeah. Same old blues, oh. Well, brother got Sunday. I got them Sunday blues, yeah. Damn. Yeah, I gotta do the scale practice, I think. But let's see if we maybe have had something that was not just utter trash. And unfortunately, not only have I been tracking all the guitar, I also tracked all of the vocals and all of the talking too. That means auditioning time will take some stupid extra time. I'm not so smart. That's why I cannot upload samples, because I always do these sequencer crimes where I collect all these data and then I get choice paralysis and I don't know what to fucking render. Also, it's really hard to retrieve usable bits. Well, I got the Sunday. Well, I got the Sunday blues, yeah. I got the Sunday. I got the Sunday blues, yeah. No, that was not the right one. I got the Sunday blues, yeah. I got the Sunday blues. And don't you know? Something. Okay, let's stop tracking before the hard drive melts down. We gotta take a little break and then we can continue, I guess. But I'll put the guitar in loop while I'm while I'm getting my coffee. Or maybe we play a little without tracking. I'm always stressed when I record. I don't know why. I mean, it would have made sense if we were in the 80s, but there's no reason to be stressed at home when you're tracking yourself. You have all the hard drive space that you need, and yeah, mistakes don't mean a thing. It's just an experience that you can learn off. Okay, we're clipping. Maybe no acceleration. Damn, sorry for the clipping. I love the wah wah pedal. I love this weirdness. My palm muting is terrible. Yeah, it's time for a break. I just talk smack and do nothing. Nee, aber ich finde das wichtig, weil Feedback ist einer der besten Sachen. Absolutely. The blues is the best. The blues is the best. It is just one of a kind. I think the blues is really one of the most versatile, interesting, simple, and if you want it to be complex kind of music, just the way really also how I like to look at it now, or I'm starting to look at it. I think I spoke on this last night also a little bit. Let me turn off this reverb. I'm not singing. The blues is super interesting as when we look at this scale, and we talked last night a little bit about basic harmony. If we were to look like at a clean diatonic scale, oops, wrong instrument. Not necessarily a wrong register. Like the blues has, like if we try to build one chord on the blues, that's what I want to say. You can have a major chord on your one, but also, yeah, absolutely. It is the storyteller's, it is the storyteller's music. I mean, there's a lot of spoken word blues too. A lot of voices of the civil rights movement, generally the voice of the underdog, the oppressed everyday worker, factory people, Delta blues, people that have been exploited and hardworking. The blues is so many things. It can be also many things. But what I love most about the blues is if we look at the blues scale, it is the modal interchange that is kind of built into the blues. Let me get chordy, and I think you know what I mean. Like, but if we play our one chord in blues, we're in C major, say, where's chordy now? All this technology is gonna give me a heart attack one day. Just wanna really play some simple blues and not struggle with a million fucking plugins. Okay, C major. If we look at the C major blues, we can see then if we build a chord on our first note of the scale, which is C, we have two choices really. We can play the minor because that note is in there, the flat 3 is in there. If I show you again, where's Obsidian? Obsidian is here. Also, I'll make sure that I will add, if Obsidian is a really cool free note-taking app, and I did a previous attempt and then I deleted Obsidian for idiot reasons. Long story short, I'm planning to make some study resources in Obsidian. It's absolutely free, and I can put that in the Google Drive cloud. And Obsidian can be really powerful. Like, see, what you did last night, I could make like a really elaborated study plan for myself and others, just kind of writing down what I believe I have learned and put it in here. And you can really make it work. Like we could have this and say, okay, basic harmony, it should lead to, what is the other thing called? It was called coffee break. Okay, coffee break wasn't right. Okay, here, let's call this again the blues. Like, it is the most powerful app. Seriously, it's crazy. Do you want to update internally just once? Okay, let's look at this again. Like, imagine this would be a like a study plan. Then you could go in and just pick like, okay, I want to learn basic harmony. Okay. Oh, interesting. Here's a link to the blues scale. Okay, let's look at the blues scale. Then I can just screenshot chordy as a source and do it like so. What is that? That's better. Long story short, I unfortunately don't. I do have a bass here that I can play, as I was joking. But I'm quite sure we should be able to find a lot of great channels. I'm quite sure that I probably have like 4 or 5 crazy good bass players subscribed to that I don't watch because all I watch is jazz piano, right? And maybe some basic music production and sound design and audio engineering. But I usually do not watch too many other instrument tutorials. Okay, what I wanted to say about the blues, as we can play major and minor, the modal interchange, what they call it, like when you have not a clean major or minor tonality, it is not exactly modulation, it is more the ambiguity of having both. And that leads to okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, obviously. I mean, there's really so many amazing musicians everywhere. And I believe most don't even have YouTube. And just considering those that do. I remember years back when I was more active on SoundCloud, which was a brief episode, I was listening to so many underground artists. I couldn't believe it. Like it was like maybe the second or third year I tried to teach myself playing the piano and I was overwhelmed. Like there were a million artists and they were all amazing. I was like, what the fuck am I thinking? Yeah. But you know, it's not a race. But what I want to say is like the blues can be so super versatile. It can be the most simple thing on earth. Could be jazzy, could be gospel. But what is so interesting to me in the blues is that built-in modal interchange. That we do have a flat 3 and a major 3. That we can go in and out of being happy and sad. Like I try to say another time, like the blues is often like the stereotypical my girl has left me, my dog has died, the bottle is empty, I lost my job, but I didn't lose the spirit. I keep going. And often also a lot of gospel and praise mixed within. Not often, not always, but it happens. Like it has this, yes, I'm struggling, Lord. Give me the strength to carry on the burden you stowed upon my shoulders, but I want to continue. That kind of thing. Acknowledging the pain and the trouble one has, but wanting to embrace and overcome that. Ooh, that was not pretty. It can't be all pretty. You know, let's listen a little bit back to the blues noodles that I started. I would definitely need to work some more on vocals and most definitely on guitar, but vocals too. But yeah, I'm gonna mute my microphone. Otherwise, I'd have to open another channel. But also, listening and talking doesn't work very well. I might skip around in this recording because there's a lot of dead space, and I'm just practicing and slipping off. Like I can't really play the guitar, just a little blues licks. Long story short, I just try to find something in here. Maybe we add a Rhodes over, let's say, here and there, and try to find a section that loops so we can make some kind of vintage soul boom bap. You know what I'm about. Nee, aber ich finde das wichtig, weil Feedback ist einer. Hey, yeah, hey. Well, every day, hey. Mm-hmm, yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah. Every day. Well, every day I have the blues. And it ain't no news, no. And every day I have blues, so I wake up like any day. Sky's looking all too gray. My dog has left. My girl has left. And my dog has died. One day feels like the darkest night. I lost my job and lost my pride. Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, yeah. Well, not every day, not well every day. I say not well every day, yeah. Not well every day. It can't be always good, no. It can't always be the way you want it to be. And that's just what it is, yeah. Okay, apparently I'm not able to play the blues scale in E. Well, every day. Well, every day I have blues, yeah. Oh no, what am I doing? 1, 2. It's a super stereotypical, we all have heard this. 1 and 2 and 3. Nah. But well, every day. I play dirty. Well, every day. That's not a good one. That's not good. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Speaking about just some mechanical stuff. Not happy with the fingering. That's not gonna work. Anyway, let's continue listening. Maybe I'll retract some Wörter. Sunday blues, yeah. Sunday blues. I got the Sunday blues, brother. Yeah, I got the Sunday blues. I got the Sunday, got the Sunday blues. I got the Sunday, got the Sunday blues. So they ain't no medicine and that couldn't drive my tears, and that could silence all my soul's most painful cry. Oh, 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 I got the blues. Oh, I got the blues. But I play dirty. I wish I had put in just a fraction of the practice. This on guitar. Do you know how often I'm dreaming? Well, I got the Sunday blues, so I'm rather ain't no song. I got the Sunday blues. Well, I got the Sunday blues, so I'm rather ain't no song. I got the Sunday blues. Ain't no news, yeah. Well, I got the Sunday blues, so I'm rather ain't no news, so I got the Sunday blues, ain't no news, yeah. Well, I got the Sunday blues, so I'm rather ain't no news, so I got the Sunday blues, ain't no news, yeah. Well, I got the Sunday blues, so I'm rather ain't no news, so I got the Sunday blues, ain't no news, yeah. Well, I got the Sunday blues, so I'm rather ain't no news, so I got the Sunday blues, ain't no news, yeah. Well, I got the Sunday blues, so I'm rather ain't no news, so I got the Sunday blues, ain't no news, yeah. Well, I got the Sunday blues, so I'm rather ain't no news, so I got the Sunday blues, ain't no news, yeah. Well, I got the Sunday blues, so I'm rather ain't no news, so I got the news. Every time I play it's it gives me the in the ghetto, oh, in the ghetto, in the ghetto, ain't too easy living in the ghetto. Oh, oh. When you know, when you know, when you know, oh, oh, in the ghetto. I need to listen to the Temptations again. I'm not listening enough to music lately. The more brother, I got, oh, I got the Sunday, I got the Sunday blues, so I got the Sunday blues. It ain't no news, so ain't no news, and just the same old blues. It's the same old, it's the same old blues, yeah. It's the same old blues. Hey, hey, yeah, oh no, I need to do my scale exercise. brother, well, I got the Sunday, I got them Sunday blues. Well, I got them Sunday blues. Ain't no news, so ain't no news. Every load what the world's becoming out today. Look what the world is becoming out today. Look what the world is becoming out today. Something. Yeah. Oh, hey. Don't you know? I say, don't you know? I say, don't you know? It ain't all gold that glitters in the dark, no. It ain't all gold that glitters in the dark. Ba-bum-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da, la-da-dum-bum-bum-oh. Don't you know? Don't you? It doesn't matter what you do. I got them Sunday, got them Sunday blues. Brother, ain't no news, yeah. Yeah, and there's not much more happening on the guitar for me. This reminds me of something, especially this trill on the higher note. Sorry. It's super. But I like some parts what we did earlier. This little I'm got the Sunday. Well, I got the Sunday blues. And brother ain't no news. Just the same old blues, yeah. Same old blues, oh, oh. Well, brother got Sunday. I got them Sunday blues, yeah, yeah. Damn. Yeah, I gotta do the scale practice, I think. But let's see if we make. Yeah, I gotta do the scale practice. That means auditioning time will take. Why I cannot upload samples? Because I owe. Well, I got the Sunday. Well, I got the Sunday blues, yeah. I got the Sunday. I got the Sunday blues, so. No, that was not the right one. I got the Sunday blues, so, yeah. The Sunday blues. And don't you know? Something. Brother, I got the Sunday, I got them Sunday blues. Well, I got them Sunday blues. Ain't no news, so ain't no news. Every load was the rose blue coming out today. Look what the world is coming out today. Look what the world is coming out today. Something. Yeah. Oh, hey. Don't you know? Say, don't you know? Don't you know? Say, don't you know? It ain't all gold that glitters in the dark, no. It ain't all gold that glitters in the dark. Don't you know? It doesn't matter what you do. Hello there, Peter. Sorry, I need to create another channel, I think. Then I can also talk while listening back, but that doesn't really work so well, listening and talking. I just said I often don't have the best focus. How? Tell me how to lay instruments in production. There is no specific magic to it. It is like when you are just overdubbing, kind of. We started to noodle and play some guitar, and now I'm trying to find some parts for this Wurlitzer. And I'm also not the best mixer. I can play some keys. I know some basic mixing and audio engineering, but I'm certainly not anything like a true audio engineer. Sometimes I call myself that, or I put some stuff like that in tags, but like I can't weld or do electrical engineering on hardware, you know? I have some basic understanding about how we can go about creating something decent or adequate, but I know I will never be a mastering engineer. So what are we doing? Probably you are working in, sorry. You are also probably working in the box. Pretty much the only thing that we need to be taking care of is that we're not clipping. That is probably one main issue with working digitally. If you work with analog devices, you don't have this kind of volume restriction with undesired artifacts, whatever they may be. How do I go about layering instruments? I started practicing, and often I will practice a free meter, especially when I just want to get into the groove first and get my mechanics. Like I say, mostly I do just keys and also vocals I don't do too often. And then we had this guitar and vocal practice, and mostly these vocals are just placeholder. I'm making sure that the levels are kind of balanced. Like, never take anything super religiously. Like, but you saw me glancing at this meter, right? Like, what I want to be making sure of, like, when I just start basically and I create the template. I hope that's a little bit bigger now. When we're looking at this meter, for instance, I could also go in my channel and look at its channel meter. Like generally, when I do record, I aim for a recording level of in between -18 to 12 dBSF. I cannot really explain loudness scales. Like, I have just come to accept certain things like they are axioms. But to not have the problem that you're starting to record different instruments, and once you have recorded 3 instruments, you find everything has become a big soup. It's just very loud, things are overpowering one another. That is why we do gain staging. So gain staging is maybe step number 1. Most often, and especially the longer we are in a session, there's some volume inflation. Our ears get tired, we turn things up, we don't realize our ears accommodate, we still think it's too silent, we put on some more compression, there's another channel, we add more dynamics on top, and we start to clip, then we turn things down. So a good place to start before you mix, like this is still sketching and collecting ideas. This is not mixing by a long shot. But to have a somewhat less stress later down the road, we want to make sure with things like gain staging, I'm going to write that in here, frequency staging, and I'll explain in a second. And I just understand basic concepts. I'm certainly not a master of this. I'm not a mixing engineer. I try to noodle some blues piano, that's all. And I learn what I need to learn to make that happen. Gain staging, frequency staging. So the most important thing when you want to layer instruments is, imagine you have a canvas where you paint. It is finite. There's not unlimited space. And especially in digital, when we run out of space with volume, because a certain volume can no longer be represented anymore with zeros and one, and that leads to there's a loss of data that can't be represented, and then it sounds distorted in an undesired way. That is one of our main problems working digitally. But also same with a canvas. Say I want to paint a picture. I want to picture I want to paint a picture with certain elements. I have a picture in my mind. I want to paint a tree in a park, and there shall be a lake. The lake is my piano. The park is the drums. And whatever, like you get this analogy. You have to make sure there's room on your canvas for all these certain elements. Same like when you're arranging a music, when you are waking up, you have a little tune, you're singing like you just capture that little idea. It can be really naked like that. You can do it vocally or with your instrument of choice. And first you have to also really find out in what kind of tempo does it live. If I can't find out or my idea is too unclear, often I will start with 3 meter until I find that I have a groove. And then I listen back to the recording and try to tap a meter to find what tempo does that actually in. Then I proceed to making sure, like I say, if I record analog like vocals or guitar, I'm aiming for just for starting. Like, don't ever take everything with a grain of salt. This is not religious, like there's no right and wrong or something. But a good place to start, like I typed in the chat, is when you have an audio meter, if you're tracking, try to have maybe something in between -18 to 12 dBSF. There's this thing that audio engineers and mixing engineers are calling headroom. And that means how much space in our digital realm is left for volume so all the data can still be represented truly in high fidelity. So we are not clipping, we are not exceeding the confinement of our digital realm. Because that happens, we will make sure to not run into future problems. We try not to be exceeding certain volumes first. But then also, like on the canvas, if I want to paint my ideas, it has a little bit of yellow, it has a little bit of blue. I need to bring all that on the picture, and everything needs its spot. Yes, there may be places where they overlap and where there's a spectrum, but also it can't just be all a spectrum, or I don't have a spectrum of color but one color. If I pour all the color in a pot and stir it, it becomes one. But if I want to distinguish between more colors, then I need to have also a separation in that fluidity. And that is where frequency staging and stereo imaging comes into place. So the next thing that I didn't write down is stereo imaging. Stereo imaging, and then basically is how do you hear the music and the band, like in that three-dimensional plane in the illusion of stereo. So that we can hear, oh, the bass player sits to the left, the strings are to the right, the horn player is a little off center, the vocals is right in the middle, whatever it may be. Like, where do we locate these single sources and elements? This is where panning comes in, like turning these knobs from left to right. Like, say, if I keep turning this knob, you will find my voice will be starting to wandering to the left now. Now you hear me all the way on the left. Say I had background vocals, right? If I had background vocals for my vocals or whatever, I'd probably have maybe some vocals turned to the left, some vocals turned to the right. And the main vocals, because the focal point, your It also doesn't have to be static. It can come in and out. Say you have an arrangement. Usually the strings are supportive. They're sitting to the left, like hard left, absolutely hard left, like big mono. It's just 100% left, 100% right, 100% center. Say my string are my support harmony section. But then there's a little section in the bridge or something, and there's a solo. Then I can slowly bring in maybe not just the volume, but I can turn the strings inside and they get more attention and focus. So the way how we can mix more sound is we make sure it is not so loud that we are clipping the headroom away. So we get to mix more sources. Then we also make sure we are kind of asking ourselves if we have a lot of voices. I have a piano, I have a guitar, I have a bass, and maybe more and more. Try to think of, and this is why we're talking about frequency staging. When you have that many instruments, every instrument has a certain sweet spot, an optimal range where it is most used, most versatile. Like the bass lives in the low registers. The piano kind of can live anywhere. The guitar lives also in the middle. It can do higher, it can do lower, but it's kind of sitting in the middle. The string section could also be used. It could be super high, could be super low. The vocals are sitting in a medium, mid-range, I don't know, 1.2K somewhere is probably where we find the strongest frequencies in most voices, I believe. And when we have many instruments that could cover a bigger range, we have a couple of choices to make. Like, if I have a bass player, I will try not to have a lot of bass happening in my piano. It doesn't mean I can't play any bass. But because there's bass already anyway, I could go into my EQ, like I did here, for instance, and you can see I didn't even have such a high cut. Like, I should probably put this cut about maybe 100 or so. If I had a bass, I would do that. Now that I don't have a bass and I play solo piano and I wanted to be the whole band, it is the whole band. Now I can allow this piano to cover more of my bass frequencies. If we go deeper in this arrangement and we already hear this problem, that's the problem with the Wurlitzer. Like, this Wurlitzer is, first, it is super loud. It is a gain staging problem already. Like, it is actually a perfect example. The idea is okay, but it is loose. It is not timed well. We have a frequency problem. Look, like, for instance, let's play this and see. Hold up a second. I don't know why my audio meter is not working. That's weird. That's so weird. Where is that now? I hope I'm making sense to you, if you're still there. So let's play back this section and see where we actually are. The reading won't be 100% true because the microphone is still on and we're recording that. As you can see, if I reset, we have some noise floor. Okay. Okay, like, if we were to try to mix it as is, it is a mediocre, modest recording. I probably would most often I would go back and record absolutely again. Like it is practice. But if we just pretend we want to use this material for real, what I would do next is like I'm looking at every channel individually first and make sure that this starting point of gain staging is set right. Just so I don't have future headaches and always have to go back and forth, turning down, turning up. This is very annoying. So, not to prevent that, I'll go into the guitar first and look how loud is the guitar really. So I'm gonna mute my voice. Let's see what the guitar is doing. I'm gonna skip around, look for the loudest parts and see what's happening. Like the guitar alone, it is okay sometimes if you have a very dynamic kind of music. I try not to exceed negative 3 dB in general for the master bus for a single source. Like say, if I wanted to track just narration or so, I try to aim for a level where the voice will be peaking at round about, 2.73. Maybe at the very most, say I do some more agitated narration and just for the inflection or to stress, like say I'm reading a book or whatnot, and the character is yelling. Okay, maybe I can make it so that in that section when he's saying like, fire, fire, it can be like hitting maybe -1, but I really never want to go higher than -1 on always. And in general, this is on the master bus. For my channel itself, there's a different meter that I'm looking at, the specific channel meter, because there is some processing already happening along the way that makes it louder. The master bus compressor is on here, and it adds already 2 or 3 dB already. And I need also to think about that. So in my individual channel, you can see when you look at my guitar, the first thing in my chain is a gain tool. I can see the dry signal coming in, and that's also not 100% dry. I'm running a guitar through Boss GT100. So the signal comes in here as is, without processing, already with a level of about -12 dB. This is how I want to record. That's already moderately loud. It's a good healthy level to start with. Let's see. Let's look at that again. How loud is this? Because here we see we are clipping. Look at this. Do you see how beautiful all these other waves look? They have a shape to them. And look at that. That is what's clipping. We are so loud. The true peak would be somewhere here. But we can't see that because it cannot be represented. And then it gets just chopped off. That is what a brick wall limiter would do. It's just going to say, you shall not pass. There is nothing. And that is a very undesirable thing. Hi, Mother. We're now apparently doing audio engineering basics in recording. Okay, so I'm aiming for my individual channels to have a better chance at doing some basic mixing. I try to record within a range of negative 18 to 12 dBSF, just for gain staging, so we don't have a problem for volume. Then, say I have this guitar, I have my bass, I have some drums. Same with the analogy on the picture. Everyone needs to have their space, like say on the stage. They can't all be on the same square meter, there is no space. Same in this realm of audio. If everything covers a lot of common frequencies, I can clearly hear the piano, I can clearly hear the bass because they get to overlap one another. So I have to kind of make a choice already by arranging, even before EQing. You can do a lot with EQ, but even better if you don't even have to use that much EQ. That can also introduce some other problems that we don't even need to get into, that I barely understand myself, like face manipulation and whatnot, like when your EQ interacts with the face of your source material, and then you whatever. Like, we don't want to talk about that actually. If you want to paint your picture, then you have to make sure you are setting the stage. Neither the bass can play too loud, nor the piano, nor the guitar. And the same way, like you would be sitting a band on stage, when you're in your DAW, in your recording software, think of it as a stage and imagine in your mind, where do I hear this piano player to sit? And then you turn your pan up and turn it there. It is really doing exactly that. Already, by not having everything mono, you have a separation before EQ. You will realize when you have some recordings where you dubbed a lot of sources, when you can't hear them clearly, maybe one of the first and best things to do before you touch EQ, use a little bit of panning. Let everything have a little bit of their own space. They may overlap a little, but you have room. Some are a little bit more to the left, you know. And then there can still be more problems. How can we make it happen? Like, look at the EQ of this guitar. I don't need this guitar to do anything down there. Not much. I have a piano, I have a bass, I have a Wurlitzer that's almost always clipping the lower frequencies. So I'll have to make sure with this frequency staging, if I want so many different instruments, I can't have instruments that can cover a lot of frequency. First, in arrangement, I cannot let them play like they are solo virtuoso. They are going doodly doodly doodly. No, that's not going to happen. They will all interfere with one another and they will fight to be heard and to be present and to be acknowledged and to be distinguished. So I have to make a choice. What role is my guitar playing in this? Right now, we just started with guitar and vocals, so both can cover all the space, right? But now that we've introduced this Wurlitzer, we already see, oh boy, it gets loud. The guitar had clipped already. Everything is mono. There's a lot of problems, so we need to try to paint a picture where we have a better and more clear view. Say, I'm hearing this guitar is a little bit, maybe with a delay. And, you know, let's try to fix it. This with the wah-wah pedal. Yeah, and do yourself a favor. Stop recording when you don't really intend to record. Now I have to clean up all this shit. I talk way too much. Oh my God. I have to think a million tracks. It has like every gives me the Shaft feelings or Donny Hathaway feelings. In the ghetto, oh, in the ghetto, in the ghetto. Hey, too easy living in the ghetto. When you know, when you know, when you know, in the ghetto. I need to listen to the Temptations again. I'm not listening enough to music lately. The more I play music, the less I listen to music, which is weird. I have phases where I listen. Well, brother, I got the Sunday, I got the Sunday blues, so I got the Sunday blues. It ain't no news, so ain't no new, and just the same old blues. It's the same old blues, yeah. It's the same old blues. Ba-dum, hey, hey, yeah, oh no. Well, brother, I got the Sunday, I got them. Well, brother, I got the Sunday, I got them Sunday blues. Yeah, so like, how would I go about doing that? Probably what we would need to do first, I'd be looking at the trouble source. Like, say, I let's is way too loud, right? Let's look. Did we do any EQing for the Wurlitzer? Can we do something? Maybe because, like, I think my voice can be pretty low if I want it to be. But I live in, I don't know. I don't actually know what I can do with my voice. But like when I wake up, I feel like I'm one register. Like I feel like I'm the bass. Well, you know what I mean. I got the African bass in me. I can't help it. That's why I always am fearful that I will get evicted because I do music at night. Anyway, yeah, artist problems. So our problem, let's hold up a second. So our problem is the Wurlitzer. We have enough bass and mid-range already. So let's look. Did we do some EQing for the Wurlitzer? Ooh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's look at this Wurlitzer, like seriously. There's no EQ on that motherfucker. And it actually really does need this. I don't even need to exaggerate. If I play one note on this Wurlitzer, you will see what you'd never usually want to see unless you really are doing, unless it's the bass solo, you know? Like if I play not even the lowest note I would probably play, we will be clipping almost. We will be having an output of 18 dB, like in the area of 40 hertz. And you know what? 40 hertz, unless you're doing music on audio file, have super good headphones. Long story short, this is low-end mud. We don't need that. Most people can't hear it. Most people don't hear so well. And even if they could, most people do not have the playback devices that could play back these frequencies. If we think about it, of a cell phone, which is one of the most common playback devices nowadays, without headphones, this thing probably can't play any frequency, or not truly. below 100, maybe 80. But I think like you cannot kind of think about it like this thing doesn't go below 80 or 100, really. So, and if we think about it like when we hear music on our cell phone that is, has been very well produced, I believe it is astonishing. It's still crap, of course. I need good phones. Like I'm all about sound music, but I'm still astonished of how well and how good a great mix, a great master will sound in mono. The basic idea and everything, even though like maybe it's a super complex arrangement, even though the stereo field has collapsed, you can still distinguish and hear everything. Why? Because they made sure not one instrument is too loud and that every instrument for the frequency it can represent, like I'm gonna play this Wurlitzer right now. Let's just look at this Wurlitzer. That's insane. This already screams problem. Like that's problem. It's just look at it. We're playing an octave. Look at how crazy that is. It is like it's like a room mode. It doesn't even want to stop. Like look at this fundamental right there. That's bananas. Like we can't have that. We certainly can't have that. We need to cut that shit right there. Maybe here. We don't want to interfere too much with our fundamental. And that's what I mean. Be smart about arrangement and gain staging. Because if you do not have linear phase EQ, this is a gentle slope, but if you have a very aggressive curve and you don't have a linear phase EQ that makes sure this EQ is not interacting with the frequency, because it's kind of like, you know, I have a lot of half-baked wisdom, like, but it's kind of like same principle. Like if you observe an electron or a photon, just by looking at it, you are changing its trajectory. If you're using your EQ and your EQ is like the eye that observes the photon, the more you look at it, the more you get probably the more you will be interacting with it. This EQ could lead to, especially with lower frequencies, if you do too much stuff, there maybe then all of a sudden realize, hey, why does my kick now sound weird? Then there is some phase shit happening that you don't want. So it is good if you can to clarify the idea. I'm not very good at arranging. That's why you find I don't have finished works and I work very fragmented. Very often you have 8-bar loops and it's a sketch and whatnot. Because it's also really tricky, but really, let's make an EQ at 97 or 100, whatever, and we're gonna turn it off and on, and we're just looking at our meter. We did not do panning yet, nothing. Like, the voice is too loud, the guitar is too loud, the Wurlitzer is too loud, they are not panned. I know all that. Let's start to do something about that. So first thing we do is we do this frequency staging. Let's look at this Wurlitzer again in isolation. There were sections where we already saw we were hitting the master bus meter at like -3, and that is not good. We wanted not to, if we know we don't record a single source, we probably, as a rule of thumb, like nothing is just right or wrong, but as a rule of thumb, try not to exceed -18 to 12 dBSF in your individual channel, and on your master bus after processing, when you have master bus compression and whatnot, when you know there won't be any more volume added, leave at least 3 dB of headroom. Try to never cross -1 dB, for sure. And on general, if you know you're going to send this into a mixing or mastering engineer, please give them like 6 dB of headroom. They need to do some work. No problem. I was taking my time with this. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. If you want to, we can do a little quick and a recap. I also want to smoke a cigarette anyway. Okay. Okie dokie. And also, I have to pee. Yeah, I can't think when I have to pee. You know what? I'll leave you with this recording for a little bit and then I'll return, okay? And then you can tell me what you think these problems are. Like, it is okay, but we got some issues in this recording. I'll leave you with this loop from, hold up. Yeah, this is where we need to do our work. Like, before we have added the swirlizer, we already had some dynamical issues. Like, I showed you this, we were clipping already, just recording the guitar, and that is one thing that we never want. Long story short, before I'm gonna pee my pants, I'm gonna press play. And yeah, my God, I really talk a lot. Well, brother, I got the Sunday, I got them Sunday blues. Well, I got them Sunday blues. Ain't no news, so ain't no news. Every low for the rose be coming out today. Look what the world is coming out today. Look what the world is coming out today. Something. Yeah. Oh, hey. Don't you know? Say, don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you? Say, don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you? It ain't all gold that glitters in the dark, no. It ain't all gold that glitters in the dark. Ba-bum da da, ba da 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 da. Later on, bum, oh. Don't you know, don't you know, don't you? Don't you know, don't you know, don't you? It doesn't matter what you do. Ba-bum, ba-da-da. Got them Sunday, got them Sunday blues. Brother, ain't no news, yeah. Yeah, and there's not much more happening on the guitar for me. Okay, how can we go about making some basic mixing when we want to record more sources? In your absence, you don't need to rewatch. I tried to recap. Like, imagine you're a painter, but now we are not painting with color, we are painting with sound. We are arranging air molecules. I love to joke about it that way. A musician is actually sorting columns of air. What a hobby! Excuse me, and what do you do professionally? I am arranging air. It's a lot of hot air, you know. Okay, I don't have to try to be too funny. But say, this master section represents the canvas that we can paint on, right? It is where all channels that we have, guitar, bass, and whatnot, it all comes together. Say this is our canvas. On this canvas, we have a limited space. You can see how here my voice is peaking a lot. Like, I already see, oh, we got some problems. Maybe the low cut is not high enough. If there's bass and whatnot, that would be maybe problematic. We maybe have to make a deeper cut. Because if I also want to pay my bass here, then I'm drawing my bass and my vocals at the very same spot. It's not that they can not touch each other at all, but they certainly need every player on the band. Yeah, exactly. This is how I love to look at it. Like, 1 second. Imagine your DAW and your sequencer to be the stage where you and your band are going to play. When you're going to have a gig and you have an ensemble, you will be planning and thinking where everyone will be sitting, right? The same like in your DAW, whatever that may be. You will have to make sure that all the ideas that you do have for your music, that they do fit on the stage, or when you're a painter, that it fits on the canvas. Hold up a second. I'm looking for something specifically. Where is that dock now? I actually installed that. What's it called? God damn it. It was called Paint, I think. Where did it go? Tool scripts. Where is it? Where is it now? I swear to God, where is it again? I'm all blind. Hold up a second. Where is it now? Ah, it's called Draw. If you're looking for the wrong thing, you can't find it, right? One second. It shall be better in a second. Hide OBS from capture. Okay. I hope I can work like this. Always on top? No. Where is this now? It's a little bit unsatisfying. How can I make this better? Can you please just stay open? I got an issue with these stupid windows. How can we do that best? Pencil. What do I want to do? Sorry. Try to make this make sense. But then, how can I do that better? Yeah, that's not making a whole lot of sense. God damn it, I really have to learn video editing. It's so annoying. No, not you, just my unwillingness to learn video editing to make better videos. I'm fighting with the software, you know. But what do I want to like forget about this? Let's forget about this drawing. I better learn my tools before I try to use them. And I've had too much coffee. That's never good. And then I get fluttery and stressed for no reason. Where is this shit now? Clear. Clear. It's clear. Okay, okay. Let's do this in a different form. A form that is maybe more appropriate. Recording and mixing. Okay. A musician is a painter. You use frequency. The canvas is the same like the stage is the same like the recording. That's where your piece of art lives. In order to assemble all your different colors on this canvas, they need to be separate. Not always, not just separate, but if we want to be able to distinguish green, blue, and yellow, we can mix all these colors in one spot, or we will get the very same outcome for all of them. So in order to make sure we can have a little bit of everything, we need to make room on our canvas or on our stage or in our door and arrangement for everything to shine. Not every instrument can be the star of the show all the time. So also in digital, to avoid clipping, which is a form of digital distortion, I can show you. We won't hear too much of it, but I can show you kind of basically in this waveform. Like say, we're looking at this guitar, right? We can see the whole of this waveform. And here, this is a little bit more silent. But in working digitally, say like, this is also like the canvas. We only have so much space. At the top and at the bottom, where the amplitude of our signal reaches its maximum, there our canvas is at its end. We can't paint beyond the canvas, can we? We are not magicians. Well, maybe some of you. But in order to paint on our canvas, we need to make sure we are not spilling color beyond its borders. And that is what clipping would be. We try to paint, but there's no canvas left. And because in the digital realm, once we cannot represent these values anymore, they will just be chopped off. And we can imagine there's data missing. What will it mean if there is data missing? Well, it leads to what we call these distortion and clipping effects. It doesn't sound good. We know there's something happening that's not supposed to happen, because in nature there wouldn't be clipping. Everything is a kind of infinite continuum. There is no, okay, this volume has exceeded this threshold. No, maybe you will be going deaf, but the wave is gonna keep ringing. It's not gonna just stop. So in order to make sure we can get all our sound there, one thing that we need to take care of is look this term up, gain staging. It means preparing all the various channels in a manner so that we can hear everything without clipping. In general, when we track, as a rule of thumb, what the fuck, I can't inform it. Two, we want to do frequency staging, which is the same concept transferred not to the volume, same like we cannot paint or record when there is no more space in our digital world. Same with frequencies. We humans have a hearing that lives in between 20 hertz. That's why on the most graphical EQs you will see 20 hertz and then 20,000 kilohertz. This is the spectrum of the human hearing. And one of the things that can never be better, you will never hear as good as you do today. It's just a sad fact. Just a sad fact. No matter how healthy you live, our hearing will deteriorate. And especially the higher frequencies is what we will hear worse over time. So, as we can also think of our EQ here that shows us all the frequency range from 20 hertz to 20,000 kilohertz, this is our canvas too. Our piano and our guitar, our bass, all our elements, they do live here. Like, let's think about these bands. Let's say everywhere where there's slot, this is a different house. Typically, some instruments live in certain regions, like one of your friends lives here and one of your friends live there. Like, obviously, the bass lives kind of like in this, a little bit more to the left. The human voice lives a little bit in the middle. I'm bugging. And so in order to get all our colors and all our frequencies on there, we need to also do frequency staging. That means if we have a lot of instruments that can play in a very broad range, we need to make some decision about what is the essential part of this instrument that needs to be heard. So let's look at the EQ that I did for the guitar. If you look at the EQ for the guitar, you'll find that there is kind of healthy, decent cut. Why did I do that? I know that I will be playing piano. I know that I will probably have a bass there later. I know that I might play a Wurlitzer. And we already saw the problem with the Wurlitzer. The Wurlitzer did not have a low cut and was exploding our headroom with overloading the low end, what is undesired low end mud. But imagine, the piano plays a bass note, then it has the real bass, then there's a Wurlitzer coming in. That's not gonna fly. Also, same thing with recording multiple sources. Like, don't go there. If you want to paint a picture where there's a tree and a park and a blanket, whatever, every element has its place on this scene. Same with the music. If we think about the illusion of three-dimensional hearing by stereo, or if we were at a live venue that is unplugged, or even if it's plugged, they will have done some panning, but especially unplugged, then it is a real three-dimensional world. You will hear the bass maybe a little bit from the left, the vocalist a little bit from the middle. Depending where that source sits, you will be able to locate it, to triangulate its position. This is what we will do with stereo imaging. So we will need to make sure no instruments play so loud that it overpowers the other instruments. We need to make sure that instruments that can play in a very broad range, that if they do play simultaneously, that they rather complement each other, and maybe that we will make some arrangement choices and really question if they do need to do that, because very often they don't. But if we find we have to have them play at the same time, we need to give them their room by not being too loud, by not messing with one another frequencies if they will come and meet at a place. So we can then say, okay, the guitar and the bass and the piano, they have a section where they overlap. I need to introduce a little bit of frequency separation. I can clearly hear my bass. I can clearly hear my guitar. Then I ask myself, what is the essential part of each instrument that needs to be heard? Then I can go in and say like, where is the main frequency of my bass? The main frequency of my bass, look at this shit. Like the bass doesn't even have EQ. Like I said, this template is not done by a long shot. But if I were just to start blindly, even without recording a note, I could choose a starting point and say, okay, my bass plays in between 40 to 250 hertz. So I could make a low cut if I wanted to, just for the idea. Like I say, there's no right and wrong. But just to already make sure I won't have the problem of my bass bleeding into my low, mid, or high frequency, I could just make it so instantly that I say, nah, man, you won't be heard that much after this frequency. So I have already made sure if there comes another frequency into play, they have the room. Same with where they sit. Like say, what I meant was, how do I hear the band? Where is the string player? Where's the vocalist? If you look at, for instance, my string and my brass, I will make sure that if I have like a comping section, like strings and brass, that can be very big and powerful, and maybe where sometimes the timbre, so not just the frequency, but the way we interpret it, because it's not just about frequency. Like, I could sing a pitch, I could play a pitch on the piano or any instrument, and we will be able to distinguish what instrument it is, because the series of overtone, harmonics, and whatnot, the texture of our vocal cords will make it uniquely so that we can identify its source. Like even when we sing a telephone, the telephone filter. If we sing the telephone filter, that is basically just using the middle frequencies. It is a rather narrow frequency band that only covers the essentials. That was due to the limitation of early technology, because transferring data is complicated and a lot of data can be redundant. So with the limitation of being able to transfer a whole lot of data, they had to come up with a solution how we could make the telephone usable. So they kind of had a filter. All the frequencies below a certain point will not be represented, and all the frequencies above a certain point won't be represented either. But there will be enough frequencies represented so we can still distinguish the human voice. But not only can we distinguish the human voice, we don't only know that it's a human voice, even a very small, narrow band, because we have become so good at hearing, because hearing doesn't even stop in our sleep. We can distinguish the sound of the voice of our grandma, the sound from a saxophone, from a guitar string, or whatnot, just because we can differentiate, even if it was the same frequency. And because all these frequencies are not essential in the same way, we do this frequency staging so we can already prevent running into issues that the frequencies of the various instruments we will be using will overlap. Um, I hope I made some sense. I hope I made some sense. Let's recap. So, when recording or mixing, we are like a painter. We need to make sure our canvas is first also big enough. We need to make sure our idea, when it has various elements, that every element has a place on that canvas or on our recording or our stage. How loud is it? Is it left? Is it right? Is it in the middle? What frequencies are the star of this instrument? And yeah, let's listen back a little bit to this recording because I was yapping a long time and I got cat and mouse. And glitters in the dark, no, it ain't dark gold. Let them glitter. Well, brother, I got the Sunday, I got them Sunday blues. Well, I got them Sunday blues. Ain't no news, so ain't no news. If we look what the world's becoming today. Look what the world is becoming out today. Look what the world is becoming out today. Something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, hey, hey. Don't you know? I say, don't you know? I say, don't you know? It ain't all gold that glitters in the dark, no. It ain't all gold that glitters in the dark. Ba-bum da da, ba da 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 da. Later on, don't you know, don't you? Don't you know, don't you? It doesn't matter what you do. I got them Sunday, got them Sunday blues. Brother, he ain't no news, yeah. Yeah, and there's not much more happening on the guitar for me. Nee, aber ich finde das wichtig, weil Feedback wie so ein Kollektiv, die machen yeah. Every day. Well, every day I have the blues. And it ain't no news, no. And every day I have blues, so I wake up like any day. Sky's looking all too gray. My dog has left, my girl has left. And my dog has died. And day feels like the darkest night. I lost my job and lost my pride. Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, yeah. Well, not every day, not well, day feels like the darkest night. Like any day, sky's looking all too gray. My dog has left, my girl has left. And my dog has died. And day feels like the darkest night. I lost my job and lost my pride. Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, yeah. And then, you know me, and then we put that in the sampler, then we make it dirty, and then we make some boom bap. That's what we do. Or at least we try, or pretend. Dog has left, dog has left, dog has left. My girl has left. My girl has left. And my dog has died. And Dave, my girl, my dog has died. I'll the darkest night. I lost my job and lost my dog and my girl. Darkest night. Dark. I lost my job and I lost my job and lost my pride. I lost my job and lost my pride. I lost my job and
lost my pride. Oh, brother, brother, yeah, brother, brother, oh, yeah. And lost my pride. Oh, brother, brother, yeah, brother, brother, oh, yeah. I lost my job. I lost my job. I lost my job and lost my pride. I lost my yeah, brother, 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 yeah, brother, yeah, brother, yeah, brother, 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 I lost my job, I lost my job, brother. I lost my job, I lost my job, brother, my pride. I lost my job, I lost my brother, my pride. I lost my pride. I lost my pride. I lost my job. I lost my brother. I lost my oh, brother.
Yeah, I could do this for hours. And that's a very dirty recording. Imagine we really had taken the time to make it better. You can make some really, really fast vintage soul sketches. I lost my job and lost my pride. Oh, brother, brother, brother. Well, not every day. Not well every day. Yeah, I say, yeah. Well, not every day. Yeah, I say, not well every day. It's always same old silly game. Sitting by the window, where's my cigarettes and coffee on the kitchen table? I don't know where to go, with neither harmonies nor vocals, so that's why we gonna keep it. That's why we're gonna keep it raw. Cause you don't really need to do too much. And just sing from your painted side. And just say, I woke up this morning. Yeah, woke up this morning, brother, yeah. It doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be. Oh, Lord, give me the strength to carry on the load that you have bestowed upon my shoulders. The blues is easy. You just do whatever you feel like. Brother, yeah. Brother, yeah. Brother, it brother, yeah. It doesn't have to be, doesn't have to be,
running, brother, yeah. Running, running, brother, yeah. Running, 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 round, round. What? Running, brother, yeah. Running, brother, yeah.
Down, down, running, running, down, running, brother, down, down. Doesn't have to be.
You know how it is. You know how it is. But let's get rid of this. This was just to demonstrate. I actually don't want to use that. Let's delete that from this slot and probably also delete that one. The rest probably can remain. Let's listen a little back to what we have. And then I'll think I actually really need to practice some real piano. Because I have not really practiced yet. That's why it's called what? Well, what did I call this? Blue Noodles. Yeah, we are doing Blue Noodles, but we didn't practice. I also think I will have to take a longer break. It's already, it's 5:30. I haven't really eaten. I'm feeling I'm getting hangry. Let's listen back one time. I'm not gonna talk or say anything. Just listen to whatever this is. I'm not gonna edit. I'm not gonna explain nothing. And then I'll go off stream. Yeah. Every day. Well, every day I have the blues. and it ain't no news, no. And every day I have booze, so I wake up like any day. Sky's looking all too gray. My sky's looking all. I wake up like any day. Sky's looking all too gray. My dog has left. My girl has left. And my dog has died. And day feels like the darkest night. I lost my job and lost my pride. Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, yeah. Well, not every day, not well every day. I say not well every day, not well every day. It can't be always good, no. It can't always be the way you want it to be. And that's just what it is, yeah. Sunday blues, yeah. Sunday blues. I got the Sunday blues, brother. Yeah, I got the Sunday blues. I got the got the Sunday blues. I got the Sunday, I got the Sunday blues, so. They ain't no medicine and that couldn't dry my tears, and that could silence all my soul's most painful cry. Oh, I got the blues. Oh, I got a blues, but I play dirty. I wish I had put in just a fraction of the practice on guitar. Do you know how often I'm dreaming about doing? I got the Sunday blues. Ain't no Well, brother, I got the Sunday, I got the Sunday blues, so I got the Sunday blues. It ain't no news, so ain't no new, and just the same old blues. It's the same old blues, yeah. It's the same old blues. Ba-dum, hey, hey, yeah, oh no, I need to do my scale exercise. Brother, I got the Sunday, I got them Sunday blues. Well, I got them Sunday blues. Ain't no news, so ain't no news. If we look what the world's becoming today. Look what the world is becoming out today. Look what the world is becoming out today. Something. Yeah. Oh, hey. Don't you know? Say, don't you know? Say, don't you know? It ain't all gold that glitters in the dark, no. It ain't all gold that glitters in the dark. All right, my funky friends. I'll be trying to get some grub. And yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Like, you know me. And I need to stop joking about this. I don't know if any of you are like that. I hope you're not. But you know how human beings often have very obvious self-defeating habits, and we often like to ridicule and joke about them. That is actually a really bad move, because if we actually really know we have a habit that is not healthy for us and we ridicule it, it becomes a joke. And once it has become a joke, it is no threat anymore. The problem is gone. It's a mere joke. Like I always joke, I'm having too much coffee, I smoke too much cigarettes. Yeah, brother, ain't funny. People die of that shit. For real. We have to stop being so funny and witty. I'm kind of talking to myself, but like I've been working in hospitality service for a very long time, and I have observed this behavior in a lot of my colleagues. Like it's a slow Tuesday. We could have all gotten home early, but no, what do? We sit at the bar after hours, just drinking. We are not celebrating, we ain't sad. We just are not questioning our life choices, just killing ours, killing our livers, killing our brain. Don't get me wrong, I'm not preaching. I've been having wine last night and the day before, and sometimes I smoke some trees and whatnot. But the problem is, it gets out of hand so quickly, and then we joke about it, not really working on the problem. Like, the issue doesn't lie with a drug or anything. It doesn't need to be a drug anyway. It could be doing too much sports. Any extreme is not healthy. Like, what is the saying? The quantity makes the poison. Poison in the right quantity is medicine. And medicine in the wrong quantity is sure as hell death. So don't ever do it. Don't be stupid. But we love to be smarter than for our own good, right? And then we have this questionable pride that we are so funny. We ain't funny because we're gonna get that bill, and when we do, we're gonna stop laughing. Every day, every day, yeah, I say every day, I wake up doing I wake up doing all the same shit that I did last night. I fight and I fight, where's all my nature, yeah. Cause you know how it is, and they say ignorance is bliss. And they may be right, and they may be right. Well, not every day, I say, not well every day. Oh, hey, hey, yeah, I say, hey, hey, hey. And can't be well every day. Well, not every day. You know. Walk on the coast, smash a few golf balls at the driving range, get them ingredients. Very well. I wish you all a wonderful Sunday. Happy practice, happy production. Enjoy life. Don't spend too much time inside. Don't be hypnotized by the glowing rectangle. That's why I will be cutting off the stream and trying to look at something that is not trying to x-ray my brain, like the screen is. And all the blue light filter won't make it better. Alright, guys, just groove it. Stay funky. And may the muse be with you all. That's all. Thanks, everybody. God bless you. Good night. I always wanted to say this. Sometimes I do. It reminds me of these old Motown recordings. I need to work on my palm muting. Holy Christ. I know why I play the piano. Seriously. Guitarists and pianists don't have the same anatomy. And boy, oh boy, you know what, guys? Do you see actually? I mean, sometimes I know you can see it, but you never actually really heard it. This acoustic piano. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Unfortunately, I cannot really record it probably. But it has the most beautiful sound and the most outrageously terrible action. It is so difficult to do somewhat decent articulation with that. But it has a so wonderful sound. I hope someday, not in a too distant future, I'll get to do some work with that and record it. I kind of need to invest into a stereo pair, some smaller membrane microphones, because I'm really dying of playing this for you. This is one incredible instrument, seriously. And even funny enough, the brand it's from, it's a Wurlitzer. I didn't know that they had produced acoustic pianos. I only knew about the electric pianos that I'm absolutely in love with. I had no idea they had made some acoustic pianos. I've bought this for like $1,000 almost a decade ago. My sister kind of also gave me half because she was like, yeah, you know, you gotta keep doing some music. I think it's good for you. I think she's right. No, you know, don't you know, don't you? I say, don't you know, don't you know? Ooh, slipped in the harmonies. Don't you know, don't you know, don't you? Yeah, I say, hey, hey, hey. Don't you know, don't you? Don't you know, don't you, don't you? Ugh. Yeah, I better get off. My brain has gone. Alright, fellas, peace. That's been long enough anyways.